Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Today is another day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. So it's like 7:52 a.m. and I just pulled up to my youngest son's bus stop. So yeah, I thank God that I was able to get a few hours of sleep. I don't feel extremely exhausted, but I know if I were to lay down, me drift right off to sleep. My body feel like I need more sleep. However, I am alive and well. I have strength in my muscles and my bones. My mind is intact. And yeah, I'm ready to take on the challenges of the day through Jesus Christ, who strengthens me. And yeah, so I have to go back to Tallahassee on this AM. I have to meet with my case manager. This will be our second meeting. So the first meeting was basically just like an introduction. Yeah, even though I had been staying in the place for like a couple weeks before we met. Something like that. So she texted me yesterday saying, how it's required for us to meet, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this done and out the way. So I text her back and let her know, well, I can come in tomorrow, which is today. 9:00, I can be there. And I let her know I have to be back, in the Ville by 11 because I have to go to work. So I have to make a double back trip on this AM to meet with her, see what she's talking about. And I think we're going to be diving into my finances. And yeah. I don't be liking this part. It's like, but I can't really say that for real, because if I'm getting financial help, then okay, this what it is. But I get it. I'm staying at the shelter. They need to know what I'm doing with my money. Okay. My thing is y'all gonna help me pay some of these debts off so I can try to get my life together? Or are they going to be like discouraging me from paying my debts off? Because some agencies are like that. They don't really take into account the debts that you have. They don't take into account the debts that you have that prevent you from moving forward in life, that prevent you from being financially stable. Right? They don't really take that into account, which is weird to me. Like, if this is in the way, if my debt is in the way of me becoming financially stable, why wouldn't they take that into account? It's like they rather just sweep it under the rug, just ignore it like it doesn't exist, and expect for you to be able to thrive or really survive. I don't know, but boy, if I had the financial resources, I would have me a whole little complex of houses. Yes, I would. Houses and a whole complex of apartments, both, to accommodate people who have had financial hardship, who have had, evictions on their record, I would just, baby, how much you make a month? Can you afford to pay this? And my rent wouldn't be sky high either. I pray God make a way for me to make this happen. My rent wouldn't be sky high, and I would be able to afford to give people affordable rent, and not even worry about their background. Just here go my rules for living here, and it ain't gonna be no crazy, outrageous rules either. Here go my rules for living here. Can you afford it? Okay, can you show me that you can afford it? This rent that's not going to be sky high compared to, the rental rates in 2025, 2026. And it's like, long as you can show me you can afford it and you ain't finna come in here and tear my stuff up, baby, come on. You need somewhere to stay? Come on. Come on. I don't even care about your past. I don't care about none of that. Do you agree not to tear my stuff up? And do you agree to pay your rent on time? Come on. That's it. That's all I need to know. People need housing. People need housing, and people have made mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. A lot of people got jacked up credit, but they still need housing. A lot of people done been locked up before, but they still need housing. The only thing with me is like when it comes like to sexual predators and stuff like that, I don't know. God gonna have to work with me on that one, because I don't even want to be affiliated. Like I don't want to be putting other people at risk. I don't know. That's just something God would have to work out, right? But yeah, if I could do that, that would be so great. I would feel so good about helping people with housing, because housing is so hard to come by, especially if you have an eviction or if you done been to prison, got a felony, whatever. Bro, finding housing is not the easiest thing to do. I'm an example of that. My husband is, well, my ex-husband is an example of that. And wow, I just triggered myself. I'll be back.